Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was going to say to this Q&A, but it's not going to be a Q&A today because I received an invitation to do an oracle reading. And this is a stretch for me because I've never done this in public, and it's not something that I usually do with my clients either. It's something that I usually do for myself. But so often on our spiritual journey, on our awakening journey, on our journey of healing, many of the steps are about stretching ourselves, about stepping out of the comfort zone, about doing that thing that feels a little bit scary and a little bit on the edge. And what happens when we do that is we grow, right? All of a sudden when we do that thing that felt scary, when we've done it, it's like, oh, that wasn't so bad. So we'll see if that is the case for me today. The oracle deck that I'm using is called The Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Byron Reed. And it's an oracle deck that I have used for a while. I'm not familiar with all of the cards, so it's going to be really interesting to see what card shows up today and if it's one that I am familiar with or not. So here we go. So I am asking what wisdom needs to come through that is supportive on the healing path of healing fatigue. And as I'm doing this, I usually have my eyes closed and I feel into if there is a card, and sometimes a card just jumps out of the deck. Oh, there's two cards. Okay. This is a good one. This is one that I am definitely familiar with. It's called Intentionality, the Eye of the Needle. And I love this card. To me, it's so much about what intention we set when we're going to do anything, especially if we're going to embark on a spiritual journey, if we're going to do a ritual, a ceremony. Because, and I've actually talked about this before. It's sort of like setting the GPS for whatever it is we're going to do. And if we don't do this, it's like getting in the car and starting to drive. And you haven't decided where you're going to go, which means that you might end up somewhere that is not where you want to be, right? So that's why setting an intention is supportive both for ourselves and becoming clear on what we want, and also a way of telling to the universe, hey, this is my desire, this is what I'm asking for. And let's see if there's anything else. Yeah. Oftentimes, when we set an intention, it can be something big, but the more specific we are, the higher the chance of getting exactly that. It's sort of like going to a restaurant and saying, oh, I want some food. They will bring you food, but it might not be the food that you want, right? But if you say, oh, I would like a spaghetti with tuna and a salad on the side and a glass of water, no ice. That's what you're going to get, because that's exactly what you said you wanted, right? And I think that's what's so beautiful in this card, that you see it's all fuzzy here on the outside, but in the inside the needle, it's very clear. So I'm going to read the text, and I invite you to, as I read the text, just feel into if something in the text resonates with you. Because, yeah, I haven't really talked about how to work with oracle cards, why do it. It's not, to me, it's not like a divination form that, oh, what's said in the cards is what's going to happen. It's more like receiving guidance. And when we do that, it's a really good thing to be discerning and to feel, okay, so what resonates for me? Does this feel true to me or not? Because it might not, right? This might feel like that's not for me at all. Okay, so 17. Eye of the needle. Intentionality, clarity, positive outcomes. If you look through the eye of a needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment, the willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The eye of the needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, to the work you need to accomplish. So you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. And something that came to mind as I was reading this was that when we work with manifestation, because setting an intention is part of manifestation, it's important to, once you set the intention that this is what I want, to let go of it. To let go of the attachment to that thing. Because what happens, there's two things that are important to this. If you're attached to it, that this is what I want, you aren't creating space to be able to receive it. And what you're also doing is not allowing something that might be even better to come to you. Because sometimes it might even be better than what you can imagine in your mind. Okay. This is interesting. I got this card the other day when I was pulling it, and it was the first time I received it. It's called Caterpillar. It's both the cat and the caterpillar. Opportunity. And as you look at it, I invite you to just you know, just notice what happens when you see it. If there's something special in the picture that speaks to you or not. Okay, and I'm going to have to read a little bit about this one because... No, okay. Before I read, and this is what I usually do, is when I take a card, I sit and I look at it and I feel into like, okay, so what is the personal message for me? What resonates for me in this card? And the caterpillar to me is a symbol that has been with me for a really long time. Because the caterpillar creates a cocoon and then dissolves in the cocoon. And when that process, when that alchemical process is ready, it will open up and the butterfly will come out. And I love this symbolism. For a while, I felt that, ooh, if I ever get a tattoo, I'm going to have that. I'm going to have a cocoon here and then a little thread and the butterfly here. I don't think I'm going to get a tattoo, but anyway. And what I love about this is that sometimes when we're stuck in this place of contraction, when we feel that everything feels yucky, I don't want to be here, fatigue sucks, I don't have energy to do anything, I feel frustrated, I don't know what to do, things feel hopeless. That was a lot of really yucky stuff. Okay. That's when we're in that phase of dissolving inside the cocoon, and it's messy, it's yucky. But it's the place where deep alchemy occurs, where that butterfly is being formed, that beautiful, beautiful butterfly. And sometimes it's painful to go through that, to become that butterfly. And the journey of healing fatigue is definitely that. Fatigue is not a dance on roses, as we say in Swedish. Ingen dans på rosor. And what that means is that it's not a walk in the park. That's what you say in English. Okay, so let me read the text and we'll see if there's anything more that needs to come through regarding this card. 4, caterpillar, transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. The energy of caterpillar appears, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. Here you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get a different, better result. Remember that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to read that again. Remember that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses, to surprise yourself and startle others, eliciting a smile or frown or look of awe from those around you. Do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of outrageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. Stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama. Avoid engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is as essential as finding the best move to make. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power you unleash. So I love these cards together. And the invitation for me in this, and again, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest. But to me, it's about questioning our desires. Have I held on to this desire for a long time and I'm doing the same thing over and over again and I'm not getting what I want? Is it time to rethink what I want? Is it time to change my desire? Maybe focus on something completely different, or be broader, wilder, bigger with your desires. And then become clear with it, with the intention that you want. So let me know what you took away from this. And we will see if there's another card reading next week. No, next week there won't be anything because I'm on vacation. So I will see you in 2 weeks. And until then, let me know how this resonates for you. And I'd also love to hear what your intention, what your desire is right now. Okay, loves. Mwah. Sending you lots of love and wishing you 2 beautiful weeks until I see you next time.